Hi everyone. In the previous class, we have seen the concept of jQuery plugins. Okay, fine. In today's class, we will see our next unit, that is Bootstrap. Okay. So before going to dive into this unit, let me take a simple example. For example, I have a website. I have a website that I have developed with the help of a language called HTML language. Okay, fine. Now, in order to apply some kind of styles to this website, I can use a styling language called CSS. Now, styles I can able to apply in three ways. One is in the form of inline styles, another one in the form of internal styles, another one is in the form of external styles. So you already know the how you are going to, why we are going to move for external kind of styles. So if a particular kind of style is common to almost all the pages, then I can go for the external style. At the time, how you are going to save this file? You are going to save with an extension called .css, and I am going to give some particular name. If you would like to link this file to this corresponding website, then I can able to use the tag called link tag. This is already you know. Yes, guys. Yeah, fine. So while writing this jk.css file, how we are going to write the code here? First, for example, I would like to apply some kind of color equal to blue. Color equal to blue. So this color property blue will you apply to which tag? For example, I would like to apply for h1 tag. Then I am going to access that h1 tag. Then I am going to apply this property. For example, instead of accessing with respect to element name, I can able to access with respect to ID, or I can able to access with respect to a class, or I can able to access with respect to selectors, right? So this way you are going to apply various kind of applying styles in the form of external style sheets. Okay, fine. For example, guys, for example, when we are going for jQuery concepts, so first, what do you mean by jQuery? jQuery is a kind of JavaScript library, meaning that here we have n number of built-in components are there. Built-in components are there. Wherever we require these kind of components, we are going to simply reuse those. There I have taken a simple example. Like for example, if I am having 1,000 students, if all they wants to have a some kind of similar kind of requirement, that similar kind of requirement I am going to implement in a kind of plugin, and I can able to reuse that in my in every student project. Similarly, if I take the same concept here, if there are 1,000 students and each student has to do their own projects. Above, for example, the project names are project 1, project 2, and so on. 1,000 projects are there. 1,000 projects are there, and all the people having some kind of common requirement. Suppose, for example, their content should be arranged to the center, and the content which is printed in the web page should always be in the blue color. This is the kind of common requirement for all the 1,000 projects. So at the time, what they can do, one kind of solution is they can able to write this kind of properties by the individual people in the individual projects, in their individual projects. Like for example, I am going to write, like I am going to access the body, and I am going to align the text to the center, and I am going to apply the color to blue color. So like this, project 1 student will write, and project 2 student will write, project 3 student will write, and project 1,000 student will also write. But the thing is, here the same code is writing by how many students? 1,000 students. Writing by the 1,000 students. So at the time, what will happen? Obviously, you know, the same example you can compare with the jQuery plugins. What they will happen? Every student will take their own time, but the time taken to develop individual project will be increased, and storage capacity of the individual project will also increase. Instead of that, what we can do is, instead of that, what we can do, we can create a separate file that can be like a .css file only, and for example, some name called, I am calling it as bootstrap css. Here I am going to write body, color equal to blue. I didn't written any extra thing. All the things I have written here itself. Yeah, guys. If you compare here, I have written this file. Now, what the project one student will do? Project one student will use this bootstrap.css file. Then he no need to write this particular file. If project two student will also access this particular file, he no need to write this code. If project 3 student will also use this file, he no need to use this file. Similarly, thousandth student also, if he used, no need to write this code again and again. So at that time to reduce to implement a particular project will be decreased or not. That is the concept of bootstrap. That is the concept of bootstrap. Yes, meaning that this bootstrap is a kind of a predefined framework. Is a kind of a predefined free framework which is meant for to design user interfaces, which is meant for to design user interfaces and various kind of themes. So meaning that which is meant for more look and feel. Look and feel. Yes, guys. So similarly, so I mean what I would like to convey here is, so bootstrap is also a kind of a file. Bootstrap is also a kind of file. So whatever they have written in this file, whatever they have written in this file, studying about this file or understanding about this file and try to apply the same concept at the required location is simply nothing but the concept of bootstrap. What concept of bootstrap? I mean, guys, don't confuse. They have implemented one file called bootstrap.css. Why they have implemented this concept? Because it contains various kind of predefined requirements. All those predefined requirements they have already written. Whenever you require that, we are going to reuse by extending that file. You know already how we are going to extend that file with the help of link tag. So that our time to implement a particular website will be decreased. I mean, so what I'm saying is, in this chapter we are going to learn about this file, and trying to apply the concept to our websites. It itself is called as bootstrap. Not only about the CSS concept, no, it's also about JavaScript. Bootstrap dot JavaScript. I mean, if I would like to complete continuously, then you can clearly understand. Yes. What I am saying is, Bootstrap is a kind of a predefined framework. A predefined framework, meaning that it contains various kind of already built-in components. Wherever you require, you are going to use that in our website. So it is already built-in component. So trying to apply over our particular websites means you have to understand this framework. You have to understand this framework. So what is the outcome of this bootstrap concept? Understanding about the given framework, which is the outcome of the fifth unit. Outcome of fifth unit. Yes. Okay. So simply I'm saying that this framework is meant for to apply various kind of styles with the help of CSS also. To apply various kind of interactive designs, for that we will use JavaScript. See, CSS we already learned. JavaScript also we have already learned. But the thing is, whatever the things that you have learned in CSS, those are also available in Bootstrap. But the thing is, we need to reuse that. They have already implemented in a file, and we need to reuse that. Similarly, whatever things that we can able to do with help of JavaScript, they are already built in that. Those built-in things we need to reuse. So trying to make reuse, need to make it understand. Need to make it understand. That is why we are going to study this Bootstrap concept. Yeah. For example, so applying various kind of CSS styles to various kind of forms, various kind of buttons, various kind of tables, etc. These are all the things that you already know in CSS. But applying that styles with the help of CSS will take more time. Will take more time. Am I right or not? Yes. So the same thing we can do here within the less time. That is the advantage of this Bootstrap. Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is, so with the help of this Bootstrap, we can able to design a website in a faster manner. as well as in an easier development manner. Okay. So why I'm saying it is a faster manner? We have already a written code that we need to reuse here. That's it. So based upon this statement, I can able to define various kind of use of this bootstrap. First and foremost thing is, as we are trying to reuse that, we are going to reduce the lines of code. We are going to reduce the lines of code. As lines of code is decreasing, the amount of space consumed by our project is also decreased. Decreased. As lines of code is decreasing, lines of code is decreasing, development speed is what? Development speed also increased. Increased. As development speed is increased, what about the time to develop the project will be decreased. Will be decreased. As time to develop the project is decreased, the cost of the website will also be decreased or not? Cost of the website is also decreased. Uh, Along with all these kind of advantages, one of the most important thing is whatever the website that we are going to develop with the help of Bootstrap, it is going to yield the responsive website. The website is more responsive, meaning that what do you mean by responsive? This is what we have seen already in CSS. Responsive means automatically the website itself is going to adjust based on the device, meaning that, so if you are going to minimize the device, the website, it is going to adjust with the screen size. That is what we call it as a responsive, automatically adjust with the screen device. And also one more thing is, it is browser compatibility. Any kind of browser is going to support by this compatibility. These are the various kind of uses of Bootstrap. And also one more thing is, which you can able to understood that directly, we can able to customize the Bootstrap. We can able to customize the Bootstrap. We can able to customize the Bootstrap means whatever the code they have written, that code we can able to edit. That code we can able to edit. Yes. And one more thing is, as it is an open source project, Bootstrap is an open source project. It can have various kind of supports. Supports means we can have community, meaning that if you post some query over the network, that query we can able to get easily from other people. These are the various kind of uses of Bootstrap. So what do you custom? For example, see, I will come to this point once again later. Customizable. If you are not understood. Yes. Yes. So presently we are at version 5 in Bootstrap. We are at version 5. So in version 5 also, that is 5 point version 1 version we are using, latest version. So it started from version 1, and it is right now it is at I think it is 2011. It is at version 1, and right now it is at version 5.0. 5.0, yes. So there are drastically changes that happened from 2011 to 2021. Yeah, fine. So if you take a clear look out the observation between the version from version 4 to version 5, there are various kind of changes happen. One is, whatever the icons that you have there in version 4, those are all enhanced, which we call it as enhanced icons, which is going to yield more look and feel. And we have enhanced grid systems, able to customize easily. So enhanced grid systems means, so if in the concept itself I will define clearly later part, but thing is right now, so enhanced grid system means it has implemented a small size screens also, and it has provided various kind of gutter classes, and vertical spacing also increased. So just remember these points someone added. So but when it comes to the concept of grid systems, I will explain clear. And some kind of new components are added up. Some kind of new components added, like for example popper dot javascript. See guys, up to version 4, important point, up to version 4 we need to work with jQuery. Then we require the installation of jQuery also. We require the installation of jQuery also. But coming to the version 5, we now need to install jQuery separately. To install jQuery separately in order to use any kind of jQuery method. For example, we have used a method called on method. We have used a method called first. All these. Okay. No need to install jQuery plugin separately in version 5. Whereas coming to up to version 4, we have to install compulsory. Okay, so whatever the things that you are expecting in the form of various kind of options, all those options they have provided in the form of various kind of attributes. Provided in the form of various kind of attributes. Yes, and the thing is, it has dropped the support for Internet Explorer. What is the main intention of Internet Explorer? Which is meant for to improve the security of any particular website. So, but the thing is here, it has dropped support for Internet Explorer, meaning that whatever the feature that it is providing in version 5, that may not be supported in the Internet Explorer, and also some kind of component they have removed them. Some kind of components they have removed, like Jumbotron is a kind of component which is we can simply develop with the help of this Bootstrap actually, but that thing we removed in Bootstrap 5. These are the various kind of features that has got implemented from version 4 to version 5. Okay, fine. So up to now, what we did is we have seen the basic introduction about the Bootstrap, meaning that what do you mean by a Bootstrap, and also we have seen various kind of the uses of Bootstrap and what are the various kind of features that extra got from version 4 to version 5. Now, now let's see how we are going to link, how we are going to link, or 1 minute. How we are going to link or how we would like to work with this Bootstrap. Work with Bootstrap. Yes, guys. While working with the jQuery framework, what we did, we are going to install it manually or we are going to use it in the form of a CDN. Similarly, here also we want to work with the Bootstrap concept. You have to compulsory install manual installation, or you have to go with CDN, or you have to go with the Bower is a kind of tool, or we can go with the NPM, Node Packet Manager. Yeah, so guys, I hope you already know how we are going to do the manual installation. So doing manual installation means you have to directly go for getbootstrap.com website. From there we are going to download the file. And we are going to extract that file and we are going to save it in our required folder, and we are going to link that corresponding downloadable file with our written program. Yes, guys, you know, once you understood the concept of jQuery, it is easy, right? So you are going to write an HTML file and you are going to write this Bootstrap program. That these two you can able to do by linking program, or else we can do with CDN. You can go with CDN. Yes. So going with CDN is more advantage than the manual installation. I hope you know what are the various kind of drawbacks of the manual installation. So to overcome those drawbacks, we are going for CDN. So in this CDN is generally generated by the Google company, large kind of companies, Google, Microsoft, all these kind of people, they are going to develop this. So fine. So what these are also available as part of in the form of links. These links we are going to return in our HTML file so that it has successfully installed the Bootstrap program. Or else we can go with the Bower tool. So Bower tool is a kind of client-side packet manager. Through this also we can able to install the Bootstrap. Or we can go with Node Packet Manager, which is a kind of backend packet manager. It's a kind of backend packet. Okay, fine. So these are the four ways we can able to do before going to work with the Bootstrap program. Yeah, fine. So guys, so what I would like to convey here is, so before going for the clear concept once again, let me explain this example. Yeah, I have taken two images some actually. So guys, if you are going to develop a website with the help of this kind of HTML program, we will get a skeleton like this, meaning that which won't have any kind of look and feel. If you go with developing with the help of CSS, it may have somewhat look and feel. It may have some kind of look and feel. If you go with the Bootstrap, it is more look and feel, and also it will take very less time to develop that particular website. Come to that particular subject. Yes. Like for example, if you are going to develop a particular login page with the help of HTML, we can get this kind of interface. If you are going to do with the help of HTML and CSS, we may get this kind of interfaces. If you want to have more look and feel, we can go for working with the Bootstrap concept, then we will get more look and feel website. Okay, fine. Yes, guys. So let me take a simple kind of uh, explanation once again to make it clear and understood. Yes, I have a kind of HTML file called some kind of index.html. Here I am going to write some kind of code. For this, I can able to write some kind of styles with help of CSS. Or if I would like to develop some kind of interactiveness, we can go for some kind of writing JavaScript code. Yes, of course, we can do. But writing like with the help of CSS separately or writing with the help of JavaScript separately, it may take some time. Instead of that, what we can do is, oh God, what we can do is we can go for simply using a predefined framework, that is Bootstrap. So what is the purpose of Bootstrap? Bootstrap is a kind of framework which is meant for to develop a website having more look and feel and having more interactiveness. More interactiveness. Yes. So with the help of this Bootstrap, I can do. So what you have to do is, before going to work with this Bootstrap, you have to install the Bootstrap. You have to install the Bootstrap. That installation we can do manual installation, or we can go with the third party like CDN, all this. Yes. So first what we will do is, I would like to install this Bootstrap. I would like to install this Bootstrap. How we are going to install this Bootstrap? Let's see that. Yeah. Fine. Guys, first, what I would like to convey to you is, before going to install Bootstrap, I would like to write a small HTML program so that you will get a clear cut idea. I'm going to save this file. Yeah. Basic dot HTML. Yes, I have saved this one. I'm going to call the HTML file. Yes. Here I'm going to write some kind of data division. For example, for example, hello guys, welcome to Bootstrap programming. I have saved this file. Now I would like to open this file. I think this folder. Open with Google Chrome. Yes, guys, this is the output that we got. Now, for this one, I would like to apply bootstrapping. For example, guys, let me take something. For example, I would like to apply some kind of style. Style equal to. For example, I would like to take something like padding. Padding hyphen left equal to some 30 pixel. 30 pixel. I would like to take color equal to some kind of color as blue. Now we can observe some kind of output. Yes, it has adjusted somewhat towards the forward side as well as the color is blue. This way you can do, or else what we can do is we can simply remove this. We can take this class to class called for example jk, and I can able to access a particular file like file typical text or css. Here I will write the class name is jk. I can able to write that corresponding properties. Padding hyphen left. Okay, for example, for time being, I am changing the color to make it clear modification. Enable this, the color is modified. This way we can do. This way we can do. Or else what we can do, we can go for writing this particular file in an external file. I am going to save Control N. I'm going to press Control S. I'm going to like jk.css. CSS. What I will do is I'm going to take out this one completely and I'm going to paste here. Guys, I hope you already know this code. Yeah, fine. So to make it link to that particular file, link relation styles texture CSS jk.css. jk.css. Now I am trying to change the color once again. For example, yellow color. It is linked or not? Yes, it has linked. Yes. This way you can able to apply styles. Yes. Now for this file, I would like to apply bootstrap. Bootstrap is first. What is the first way to apply kind of styles? One way is we can go for the manual installation. For that, what we can do? We can go for bootstrap. Download bootstrap. I will take. I think I have already searched download bootstrap. Hit bootstrap.com. So there you will have various kind of things. One is compiled CSS and JavaScript, direct documentation, or you can go with the source files, or you can go with the bootstrap CDN, or you can go with the various kind of package managers, npm, all these with the yarn, ruby gems, with the, all these we can do. But right now I would like to go for with the manual installation. So what I can do is I'm going to download the compiled CSS and JavaScript. I'm going to download. Yes, it has downloaded that. Control J. Download this file. Bootstrap. Here I am going to paste. Going to extract the files. If you extract here, you can observe here. It contains two folders. One is a CSS folder, meaning that the reusable code which contains various kind of applying styles. Another one is the folder various kind of JavaScript kind of code. If you open that CSS folder, you will have various kind of already predefined code. Similarly, here also will have. What I will do is I am going to cut all this and I am going to paste in our required location. For example, I am going to paste outside of here. I am going to delete this one. So I don't need entire folder. I require only these two. CSS, thickened and this file. JavaScript, thickened and the file. Okay, fine. If I don't want, I can delete this also. Now what my requirement is, I would like to, instead of referring to jk.csl, now what my requirement, if you would like to work with Bootstrap, I need to attach my file to this CSS file. This is file. Among this CSS file, for which file I need to link? For which file I need to link? Yeah, generally we can go for linking with this Bootstrap file, or we can go with the Bootstrap min. Min means minified file. Min means minified file. We can go with the attach with the bootstrap.css, or you can go with the bootstrap.min.css. Min means minified. 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 What do you mean minified means? Here actually, if you go for the file, I will open that file. I'll file. See, I will go for this here only. See, bootstrap.css. It has opened. Another one is bootstrap.min.css. Guys, you can observe this bootstrap.css file. It contains various kind of predefined code. various kind of predefined code. That same code is available here also, but the code is in the form of horizontal. The code is in the form of horizontal. So because of that reason, bootstrap.css is more readable compared to bootstrap.min.css. So, and also it is a minified one. Minified means it won't occupy more space, meaning that it doesn't contains various kind of comments, all the things. But whatever this bootstrap.css, it contains comments, all the things maybe existed. So you can able to use any kind of file. You can able to use any kind of file that. Now what I can do is I will open this one. Instead of jk.css, I am going to remove this. What I will do is, so bootstrap.css is available in which file? css slash bootstrap dot css. Bootstrap.css, meaning that now my bootstrap installation is successfully done. Why bootstrap installation is done? I have already downloaded bootstrap file and I have linked it to my corresponding file. Let me check that whether it is correctly connected. Or yeah, before going to that, what I will do is I make it comment. I would like to once again for the execution case. So styles are not applied because the class is JK. Okay, guys. Here one thing is after corresponding installation, what you have to do is you have to note down some important points once again. In the HTML file, you have to compulsory define HTML5 doc type. Compulsory define HTML5 doc type. And one more thing is you have to define the viewport of the HTML5. Viewport of the HTML5. What is the purpose of this viewport? The purpose of this viewport is meant for to define the width of the web page to the screen size. Okay, fine. And then you have to use various kind of predefined classes. You have to use the various kind of predefined classes based upon our requirement. These two are compulsory. For example, so while working with this any kind of bootstrap, you have to use the concept of containers compulsory. Guys, while explaining the concept of HTML also, I have clearly used the word called container. What do you mean container? Container contains something. That's it. Container contains something. That's it. Yeah. So container contains some kind of thing, meaning that which contains some kind of elements. Yeah. With the help of that general meaning, they have implemented a concept called container class. Called container class. Yes, that container class is meant for to define the fixed width of the container. Guys, while I explain the example, you can able to clearly understand. And one more class called container fluid class. So which is meant for to define full width of the fixed container. Okay. So with the help of these two classes, we can able to define the container. You can understand, guys. So for example, I'm defining some kind name as container. I can able to access this container style type equal text or CSS, and I can able to apply dot container color as some kind of color as red. Yes, red is applied. But writing this thing every time is kind of a difficult thing, right? Instead of this, what we can do is they have already defined various kind of containers. I mean, whatever the HTML code that we are going to write, we are going to wrapping that elements with the help of a container. This container having some kind of properties. Yes. For example, I am going to make linking this file with this HTML file with this bootstrap.css. Guys, if you go for this bootstrap.css, here if I kind of searching the word called container. Yes, observe. What is the container? It should be occupied 100% of the width. Padding right is 15 pixel. Padding left is 15 pixel. Margin right is auto. Margin left is auto. Automatically, without writing any kind of code, we are going to define these properties for this. If you observe, I'm going to refresh. Automatically, what it did? padding left is 15 pixel, margin, padding right if any content is there. Like that, it's going to apply some kind of properties. So some kind of styles applied already here. That is the reason we can say simply that it is we implemented Bootstrap successfully. We install the Bootstrap successfully. Okay. Instead of this, you can go for min file also. Bootstrap.min.js also. Nothing more. This is the one way. This is what we called as manual installation. Or we can go with the CDN also, right? Yes, CDN. Or else C. I will take one more. One more. Division class equal to content once again. Content. Educate is column. Second semester course. Second semester course. If we go further, the same properties will be applied to this one also. Like this we can able. So meaning that guys, have I written any kind of code for this container class? No. It is already having some predefined code. That code we are trying to work with. So understanding about what are the various kind of classes used by the Bootstrap developers itself is called as fifth unit. It's called as fifth unit. Yeah. Fine. Instead of this, we can go for something like container fluid. Observe the difference. So it's having something. So what does it mean? It is going to occupy the full width of the screen. Full width of the screen. That is what the viewport of the screen. Instead of combining like this, we can go with the CDN concept. So just go for the internet and try to search for the CDNs. So those CDNs can be various kind of CDNs available are already. So like for example, so not only about CSS, we need to work with JavaScript also, right? At the time we have to use the script tags. We have to use the script tag. Yes, I'll go with Google. Bootstrap CDN. I will search for Bootstrap CDN. Already I searched that Bootstrap CDN. It's official CDN for Bootstrap and Phantasm is there. Or else from getbootstrap.com also we can get. Or else we can go with w3schools.com like this. So what the CDN means? CDN is already developed by, already used, already implemented, already given by various kind of people, various kind of large companies. Okay, so I hope you already know the drawbacks of normal manual installation. Yes. So guys, if you go for somewhere, yes, here you can observe this is the CDN, max CDN. So max CDN is a kind of one kind of CDN. I'll go for copy this one and I will paste here. I'll paste here. The output won't be changed. Output won't be changed. It is like as this previous one. So now also installation successfully done. Or else we can go with Google CDN. Some I think here you can observe CDN for this one, JS delivery. You can copy this one. You can copy this one, Control C, and sorry, you can paste here. Now also your output won't change because it is already a predefined CDN given by Google. This was given by Google, I think. Yeah. Okay, guys. So this is a kind of max CDN. This is also a kind of CDN which is we call it as a max CDN. Okay. So this way we can able to check for whether Bootstrap is installed successfully or not. So right now I have shown with manual CDN as manual CDN as well as manual Bootstrap installation, and another one is CDN way of installation. Yeah. Right now I am trying to work with the manual installation. Now also your output won't change. That's it. For example, guys. So at the starting of explanations, I am trying to explain customize word. Customize word, right? So what do you mean customization? If you already thoroughly understood about this concept of this file, bootstrap.css file, you can able to customize it. For example, I would like to work with changing of body. For example, here you can observe background color as /ff. Instead of that, I can go with yellow color. So this is a kind of customization. Now if I go for this, if I refresh, oh god, what happened? I have changed this one. So this is the file is linked to which one? Min.css file. But I modified in bootstrap.css. Refresh. Background color is changed. Or else, for example, font color, some data. Yeah, I'm trying to get Control J. Font color. For example, red. Font color red. Observe red color. So this is what we call it as customization. We call it as customization of Bootstrap. Okay, na guys? Yeah, fine. So, in simple words, if I would like to convey this, what I have said up to now, what I have explained is, what do you mean by Bootstrap? Maybe this class gets somewhat confused for you, ma. What do you mean by Bootstrap? And what are the uses of the Bootstrap? And what are the various kind of versions of the Bootstrap? And from version 2, version 4 to version 5, what are the various kind of modifications done? And we have seen how to install the Bootstrap, and we have seen how to make link the installed Bootstrap with the corresponding HTML file, and then we have seen a simple example along with the customization. Yes. So I will once again repeat from how to install to this one. So we can able to install with the help of manual installation, or we can go with the CDNs, or we can go with the Bower, or we can go with the npm. Manual installation means we are going to simply download from the website, and we are trying to make that folder link with our HTML file. Or we can go with the CDN. So CDN means it is available in remote location, which is provided by large companies. We can able to use that. So there are some kind of advantages from that manual installation for CDN. So if you want, you can go with the jQuery installation to make it advantage understand. Yeah. So while writing the HTML file, it is compulsory, right? You have to write HTML5 doc type syntax, and also you have to write the important one, amma. You have to compulsory write the viewport. Yes. So viewport you can write. So observe, if I write viewport, it will yield more responsiveness. For example, technologies, I think let's see. Yeah. So guys, I think this is what I have explained at the starting of the classes. Meta name equal viewport. I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to paste here. I'm trying to close. Meta name equal to viewport. Content equal width equal to device hyphen width means the size of the browser, the size of the website is equal to the automatic adjust with the device width. That is what the meaning. And what about all these? The initial gym level should be normal. So like that, we can able to define with the help of viewport. If I go for the website, I will refresh. No, there is no change. If I go for minimize, it will yield more responsiveness. See, observe. It will yield more responsiveness. So with the help of Bootstrap, responsiveness also will yield simply. But whereas coming to in normal HTML, the responsiveness we can able to design with the help of various kind of factor. For example, if I am able to define in the form of percentages, we can able to get some kind of responsiveness. And then we have seen some kind of example on the customization. So finally, what I can conclude is Bootstrap contains various kind of predefined keywords. Various kind of predefined keywords. Those keywords can be a classes or it can be anything. Trying to understand about these keywords itself and making use of these keywords at required locations is called as Bootstrap programming of fifth unit. Yeah. If you visualize this code, if you visualize this code, so what by default, whoever have installed their Bootstrap, by default everyone will get these properties. So if you write like HR, automatically you will get the box sizing property, height, overflow, So like this abbreviation. So everything you can able to clearly understand. Like this, we'll have some 10,000 lines of code. I think so. Some around 10,038 lines of code is there. Trying to understand about somewhat about these all the things is called as bootstrapping language. I hope you understood it clearly, Ma. Thank you.